In this lecture, we're practicing with methods. We're going to print some things to our console, and we're going to make it so that our code is nicely refactored by declaring and calling methods. Let's get started. Let's start by jumping over to our mover script, and within here, we want to create ourselves a method, and we usually do that underneath start and underneath update. So down on line 18 for me, I'm going to give myself a little bit of space, tab in to start because we start indented for a new method. We want to start with our keyword of void. We don't need to return anything for what we're doing here, and I'm going to create a method called print instructions. Remember, it's a uppercase P and uppercase I, and then I need my open and close parentheses. We won't have any parameters for this. And then I need my what down here? I need my curly braces. Now, what are we doing? We're printing some information to the console. What's the console? There's this little text display down here that only the developer can see. The person who's playing this on their PlayStation's never going to see this. This is just for us. It's a way that we quickly implement certain debug information for us rather than having to mess around with setting up user interface and putting things on the screen, etc. So it's a bit of a developer tool using the console. Now, I'm going to start by typing in debug.log. We need our parentheses, and this is looking for a string, and we know strings need our quotation marks. So we're going to put in our quotation mark. What do we want to log to the console? I'm going to say, welcome to the game. And then at the end, we need a semicolon. So that's the start of printing instructions. I want to put in another couple of things about movement, about how you win or lose the game. So here's a micro challenge for you here. Pause the video and add another couple of statements with some extra instructions. Okay, new line. What I could do is copy this line. So highlight, copy, paste, and then paste again. That's kind of the cheaty way of doing it. It's not too bad in this instance. I'm going to delete the content. What am I saying? Move using arrow keys or WASD. That seems pretty straightforward. And then, as I said in one of the early videos for this project, the way you win or lose is by not bumping into the wall. So don't bump into objects. I'm going to hit save. Back over into Unity. Some of you might be yelling at the screen already. That's good. I'm going to click on play and nothing happens. Why is that? Well, for those of you who were paying attention, we've declared our method, but we haven't what? We haven't called it yet. So I've got a challenge for you. And our challenge is call our method so that our instructions print out one time to the console. So pause the video, take that on. I'll see you back here shortly. So we're wanting to call our method just once, which means we put it into start and not update, because that will do it every frame and we'll have way too much information in here. All we need to type is print instruction. I'm hitting enter to allow that autocomplete to kick in, open and close parentheses and semicolon. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to save my script back to Unity, wait for it to compile. Click on play. Make sure you clicked on the console and you can see our three statements in there. If you wish to clear this, you can click the clear button and then it goes away. If I stop, it's gone. If I click play, it comes back again. So stop and then clear. So you might be looking at this and saying, hey, couldn't we have just taken these three statements, instead of putting them in print instruction, instead of doing all this method nonsense, we just go like that? We don't actually need our print instruction. I can comment that out just to prove the point. You don't need to follow along with this. I'm just proving a point at the moment. Yes, we could have done that, but this is bad programming practice because it's going to start to get messy. What if we have 20 of these in here? What if we have stuff that's to do with instructions, but then something else in start we need to do that's to do with movement or something that's to do with setting up our player? So this is a little bit of a hint that there's many ways to create code, and sometimes it's about readability, and sometimes it's about organization, and sometimes it's about usability. So I'm just going to put this back to where it was. Give me a second. Back down there. Why did we do this? One reason is this is a lot easier and cleaner just to look at my script and say, what's this script doing? Start print instructions. Oh, yeah, I understand that. So it's easily readable. It's cleaner. I'm not having to wade through this debug.log. Welcome to the game. What's that all about? Why am I doing that? Oh, it's instructions. Like, it's just having a summary of it is a lot cleaner and quicker. It also means we can use it in multiple places. So what if we wanted to print the instructions when you bumped into a wall, or print the instructions if the player hadn't moved for per 20 seconds. So by creating this as a method, we can easily just call this method here and call it there and call it everywhere if that's what we want to do. And so there's one more place in here that we can create ourselves a method to tidy up our code, and that's with all of this code that's sitting in update. It's the same as I was saying before. If we have all this just random statements in start, it can get messy. If we have all these random statements in update, it can get messy as well. So underneath print instruction, I'm going to create a new method. Let's do this together. It's going to be void, no return type needed. I'll call this what? We're moving the player. Okay, we'll call it move player. And then open, close parentheses. I'll do my curly braces. Jump back up to update. I will highlight all of this code, Control X to grab it, and Control V to paste it in. And I've got another challenge for you. The challenge is to call move player. Okay, I sense you sitting there waiting for me just to do it, but maybe you're one of those awesome people who have gone ahead and done it already. Within update, I'm going to just simply type move player parentheses semicolon. That will call all of this content down here. And you can see when I click on move player, it's highlighting to show there's a relationship there. I click on print instruction, it's showing me that relationship. So our code now is a lot more organized. We look at our variables at the top. Oh, there are our variables. And then we look at what we're doing in start. It's a nice crisp wording of print instruction. And then what do we do in update? Nice crisp wording of move our player. And then if we need more details on what either of those two things are doing, then we can go down and look at our methods. So this has been partly practicing creating methods and partly practicing refactoring or restructuring or tidying up our code. Let's click save and just jump back into Unity to make sure that everything's working before we congratulate ourselves too much. Click on play, we get our statements, and I can move around in the world and do all the things that I was expecting. So there we go. There's a little bit more practice with methods, and we're using the console, and we've done a little bit of refactoring of our code. I will see you in the next lecture.